Hey, thank you guys for tuning into FOSA Spotlight. You're in the right place if you want to be inspired to be empowered. I am your host, Crystal Boyd. What a pleasure it is to be here each and every single time. Yeah. So today's topic for my people that like to be inspired to be empowered is breaking barriers. I like the sound of it. And I know you do too. I really do. So what I like to talk about is obviously breaking boundaries, breaking barriers, which is kind of boundaries at the same time. But what is so ideal about this is you get to the next level. And sometimes there's things in our way and we may reach an impasse. How do we get past the impasse? How do we get past it? Well, I'm glad you asked. There are a few things to consider. Now, I got 3 things, but feel free to add to this, take away, subtract. No, don't subtract. We adding. But if you're going to subtract, make sure whatever you're adding to it or replacing it with is equivalent or greater in these things to do for breaking barriers. And I'd say have a definite aim and purpose. You know, if you have that and you know where I am on a spiritual perspective, you have that basis, that's the best foundation. Hey, I'm telling you, it's highly recommended over here. And when you have that spiritual backing, now I'm thinking that definite aim and purpose is going to come to you. Like, in order to break through a barrier, you have to know what you're breaking through. So that's part of direction, knowing where you're going, and at least a plan on how you're going to get there. Yeah. Have some idea. It's important. All right, next up, accept change and be willing to be uncomfortable. I've talked about, hey, you can't talk about doing nothing great without change. It is inevitable. They go hand in hand. You want to go to the next level? The next level isn't the same. It's changed. It's going to be different. And it's so basic. Y'all remember Mario, the little Mario game? I know everybody. And even nowadays, they have all kinds of games. But I'm going to use the basic, all right? Even Sonic, we can go there. What happened when you were finished with one game? You went on to another game. And was it the same? No. It was a different level. It was another level, and the whole layout was different. None of the games are comprised of the same scenery, the same energy levels. Sometimes you may need 10 extra men. Maybe you might need 1. Okay, so that's just letting you know that different levels are just going to require different things, and you have to be willing to change. And be slightly uncomfortable with knowing that, hey, this is new. But uncomfortable doesn't mean go back to what was comfortable, because at one time that wasn't even comfortable. So you learn to be decently okay with being uncomfortable. Now, should you be numb to uncomfort? No, you want to feel it, decently and be able to work through it reasonably. And when it's challenging, hey, I believe that you can rise to the occasion. Isn't that all what we're trying to do? All right, I like this one. I like all of them, but I like this one for real. All right, acknowledge your efforts. I'm thinking too many times do we get involved where we have a goal, a vision, an idea, and we get to having achievements of it. And we started making steps and strides towards it. And, bit by bit, this part of the step is accomplished. This action was taken care of. You met a critical milestone. You made something happen. And acknowledge your efforts. Look back. Say, oh my gosh, look how far I've come. Now, we don't say this from a prideful standpoint, but you want to acknowledge and measure like, oh gosh, I started there. I'm here. What do you know? I got some results. I got some progress. And that is like a joy within itself, because now it's going to have you feeling more inspired, more accomplished. And when you have these type of things, like, gosh, it's making you feel all grand and greater. And you guys want to hear something that I can relate to this on? Oh, gosh. It's a couple of different ways I can say this. Of course, school is one of those times where I can say, I was going through the courses, classes, I turned in a paper, and I'm celebrating a victory because guess what? I knew it was one time when I was on academic probation, academic suspension. Thank God I've learned in life, you know what I mean? But, all those experiences. And so when I'm getting good grades and I'm actually having a 4.0 and maintaining that, gosh, yeah, congratulations. High five. And I didn't even have to get through the whole semester because I was congratulating myself. Those are huge accomplishments. Yeah, that's right. And whether it's fitness, and sometimes, hey, I have not been the one that ate so good, maintained a well-balanced diet, was fit and all this other stuff, and I look back and I say, hey, You've lost a few pounds. You've managed to keep things off. You're eating better. Hey, look at that. Congratulations to myself. Okay. Career goal. Okay, you did this. You went from here. This is where you started career-wise. Now you can be considered a professional. Those are good goals. Acknowledge it. Appreciate it for many, many reasons. Yes, way important. So, my call to action, because I'm going to call you to action. Why not? You can do it. You can do it. Yes, you can. You can. So, with that being said, my call to action is you breaking a barrier. And I know you can do it. Or barriers, because they're there. What are you going to do? You're going to rise to the occasion. That's what you're going to do. You're going to make things happen. That's what you're going to do. No excuses. Now, it's been an honor and a privilege. It always is. And if you haven't already, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, comments. And we look forward to the next time because we're going to be here. If you like, check out www.fosa.company. Check out apparel, accessories, binge listen to our episodes. Go on down to YouTube. Follow our channel. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. Hey, it's so many ways you can literally stay connected to us. And most of all, stay inspired and be empowered. Okay, now. Bye-bye then.